So I have a special video today that I'd like to discuss or to do. It's about SpellCasters Chronicles. Now, if you guys are in the sub chat, you guys already knew that I was a part of this playtest during TwitchCon. This is actually by Quantic Dream, as you guys can see right here. Let me go ahead and flip it over really quick. But the cool thing is that I got an invite from Quantic Dream to try out this game, SpellCasters Chronicles. Which basically the TLDR, what it is, it's a 3v3 action strategy game, or well, I guess technically is a MOBA. But you know, I think the best way to kind of put it is like think Smite, but instead of like, I think Smite was like 5v5, this game is like 3v3. The maps aren't like crazy like super duper large or anything like that. I felt like it was a pretty fair size for what it was. So for anyone that plays MOBAs like Dota and stuff like that, Smite, etc., you'll probably feel at home with this game. It actually felt really damn fun. The thing that's interesting about this game though is that instead of like, you know, going out to go kill creeps, like you still go out and kill creeps and whatnot, you actually spawn the creeps yourself instead of them auto spawning. So that was like an interesting little twist, in addition to like, you know, you don't have like a store to like buy stuff to. Like you just level up, and then through your level ups you just choose, you know, 1 or 3 things. Maybe you get more economy for you, or more resources so that you can continue to spawn you know, your creeps, or you know, you do more damage with certain spells. Maybe you get more health, more damage overall. It was pretty interesting. I actually had the opportunity to play this at the LAN center, or at the LAN area where they have like all the bleachers and stuff, and where they usually do like the esports stuff. So being able to sit in the bleachers was really, really cool. I'll show photos of it in like the video or something when I actually post this up on YouTube. But you guys probably saw a picture or two when I was doing the TwitchCon recap, so that was pretty cool. But this is actually very interesting though, because like I've always known Quantic Dream for their story-driven games, not so much their not so much the MOBA genre. So this was pretty interesting because like they do think, like, you know, obviously if you guys have heard of Quantic Dream before, you guys have heard of games like Beyond, Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human. Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human are especially 2 titles that I'm particularly very familiar with. But they make very, very stellar story driven games, kind of like choose your own adventure, choose the outcome type of thing. So for them to kind of come out with a multiplayer game, nonetheless a 3v3 MOBA, was pretty left field. I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, for what I played, it was pretty cool. Now, the only thing I'm kind of disappointed in is that I actually played this twice. So I had the first 30 minutes and that was supposed to be it. But my footage was not recording. So the team that was handling the play session was gracious enough to let me play again, and the teammates that I had was cool enough to play again with me, and I think they actually really enjoyed the game too. And this was actually the play test that I was doing, where I was sitting next to Fusli and Peter Park and Ryan Higa. So that was interesting. I don't think we played against them, but it would have been really cool if we played against them, because we were kicking ass. But I'm pretty sure we queued at 2 different times. So it is what it is. But you know, without further ado, we'll go ahead and play the video. Let me go and shoot it off right here. So the character I personally enjoyed playing the most was actually the character.
Oh yeah, dude, he's fun.
The character in the middle with a star on his eye. Yeah. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I don't think you can, but he's the left side conqueror. I played him on my first playthrough, and I thought that was like pretty sick. He was really, really fun to play. Let me actually move out the chat so you can actually see more of the game. But since, you know, I had already played him the first time, I wanted to try a different character the second time, which was also really cool. I thought Astro Monk was super duper sick too, but none of us really understood the mechanics of the game, or at least not fully. Like we had to kind of figure it out as we went along. They didn't really like teach us how to play the game, so we just kind of like threw ourselves in there. But I mean, if the thing that's interesting about this is that you actually create your own deck, so you actually choose what you want, as far as like, you know, what kind of creeps you want to be able to spawn, what spells you want to equip. So you can actually see, let me go ahead and like rewind it really quick. So if you see like right here, you can actually see that at the very bottom of the center right there, where it says like Astro Monk Deck A, Astro Monk Deck B. I guess you can like make presets and stuff like that before you actually go into the actual like, I just realized my camera isn't adjusted to, okay. But yeah, so as you can see at the very bottom there, you can actually choose. I I don't think we had the ability to customize our decks when we actually like played this. Even if we could, we wouldn't really know what to do with them anyways. But the blue little like triangles that you see right there where it says like 1 and 3. So like right here, I don't think you can see my mouse, but in the 1 and 3 slot, those are like my levels of creeps. And then the 2 and the 4 slot where it says like it's like a 3 orange 3 and a 4 or orange 4. Those are basically attack spells that I had in my arsenal. So all of these have like cooldowns, and all of these have like, you know, a limit to how much you can like use. And then on the very end here, I believe that was like a Titan. I don't understand, or I don't really remember what the trigger condition was for spawning the Titan. But if you can spawn the Titan, it basically is like, you know, like spawning like a Roshan and you're freaking on your team, and then it basically pushes lanes for you. I don't think it kills creeps, but it does push the towers, and that's basically what you want to do. You want to push the towers so you can get to the very end, so you can, you know, destroy the enemy base. But anyway, that's pretty much the general gist of what the game wants you to do, or at least what you're seeing on the screen right here. And obviously, you guys saw from a little earlier, there were like a bunch of other characters that you can choose. There's probably more characters that'll get released, but currently there's only, so yeah, like 2 enchanters, 2 conquerors, 2 duelists. Duelists are very straightforward. 2 conquerors were basically like your tanks. I felt like I did a butt ton of damage, so I'm not quite sure if, like, you know, conquerors don't do damage, or they are supposed to damage, not so much supposed to do damage. But the guy that I played, I think it was called like the Iron Mage or Iron Wizard or something. He actually had like a shield, so it was pretty cool. He actually could shield, whereas the monk that I played in this particular one, or in this particular play footage, I think she was more elusive. Like, she could actually like dodge and stuff. She could like phase in, phase out. I'm not quite sure what Enchanter's roles were. I wish I actually like read more about that, but I mean,
yeah, dude, he's fun.
You know, obviously you can actually, you know, check that out on the website, and we can take a look at that later. But yeah, Astro Monk, that's what I was playing. So we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit. We choose our decks, we queue up, and we go right into the game.
Fight. Destroy the enemy's life stones.
So you can see right here, I'm like spawning like my creeps. I'm also like messing around with like my buttons and stuff, but you can see like there's like a limit to how much you can like spawn. If you look at the bottom right where it has like the mini map, you'll see like population, and I think population is shared across the 3 players on your team. So you can only spawn a certain amount of creeps of a specific type, in addition to, you know, what is the limit in your deck. So you have to combine the 2 things to make that limit. So for level type 1 creeps or level 1 type creeps, I can only spawn like 30 across the entire team, but I think my deck only allows me to spawn like 8 until it like gets like upgraded. So the other thing that's interesting is that like when towers are destroyed, creeps walk up to where the towers are destroyed, and you basically they basically capture the tower for you, or they construct a new tower. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Level up. Choose a new tower.
So once like a tower is gone, it's not necessarily it. You basically have your creeps, or you need to spawn creeps in order to actually construct another tower, so that way you can keep the flow of your creeps just pushing a lane. So I'm also not great at like MOBAs, by the way, guys. I'm not smart, honestly. That's why I don't play Dota. Dota is like a little bit too much for me to kind of like handle, but this game kind of felt like, or at least the way it looks graphically and like stylistically, it kind of reminded me of like what happens if you took like Marvel Rivals, or you took the skin or the aesthetics of Marvel Rivals and you skinned it over like a Dota game, or over Dota, if, you know, Dota was more of an action, you know, 3rd-person shooter. But it was pretty cool. There's like a little bit of like a balance, right? You do a little bit of like the creep building, or like, you know, the creep spawning. You put pressure on the enemies. You break or you destroy towers. You construct new towers of your own, and then, you know, it's a little bit of a back and forth. No, honestly, I thought it was a pretty interesting game. I just wish that I understood like the mechanics of the game. I'm sure we all wish we did. I also kind of wish I had the original footage of me playing Iron Mage, but I mean, I'll let you guys kind of just see what the gameplay is like. One thing that was interesting about this was that I felt like I was basically playing Zenyatta because of the way that, you know, the attacks were literally just Buddhist palming. And it like basically pierces through like enemies too. So like you hit like a pretty wide range of like enemies while you're doing it. Oh, let me go ahead and pause that really quick so you guys can kind of see what the upgrade system looks like. But like the upgrades themselves actually change with every level up. So it's not static. I think there's like a pattern to it too, because I did see like the same type of level up, or the same type of level, or sorry, the same type of upgrades pop up. So like here you can see I'm like level 6, but then I could also unlock the level 3 spawn, or level 3 creeps right here, and then in the center I have health regen, and then I could also unlock an additional fireball. So as you can see, there's a +1, so I could add another fireball to my arsenal. Instead of just being the one. And like the cooldowns are like pretty like long in the very beginning, obviously, but that was a pretty interesting game, honestly.
Nice kill.
One thing I didn't mention that you'll kind of see on the top right of like my character's portrait is that there's battle items too. So like there are chests that you can see on like the map here. It's like green. I don't know if I can like zoom in to like show you guys. Yeah, I can't really zoom in, but you'll see that there are like chests scattered across the map, and from what I've noticed, they
easy clap, baby.
Oh, dude, I'm crazy, man. Look at this. But yeah, like there are chests that basically, when you pick up the items, they allow you to basically cast like additional spells for free. This seem to be like one-time use only, but god damn, that fireball did so much damage though. Holy crap.
Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I ran into the tower.
This is the problem that I have with playing Dota, by the way, guys. Whenever I play any types of MOBAs, man, I stretch too far, or I overextend, and I just get murdered by, you know, either by being ganked or, you know, by virtue of getting destroyed by the tower because I can't, you know, put myself behind cover. So that, yeah. But yeah, there are all kinds of like different creeps that like serve all types of like different roles from what it seems like. Like I definitely noticed that there are creeps that could spawn that like looked like they were good for like siege type situations. Like they were good for like tower pushing, or, you know, they have like shields and stuff like that, as you guys can see right there behind my camera. Unfortunately, yeah, it's right there. So in the lane that I'm in, there's like a creep that actually has a shield, right? So that's also good for like tower pushing. You see, I'm trying to go for the salty kill here.
Left lane's gonna need a little bit of help.
Hey, Wanta, what's up, man? How you doing? That blizzard spell actually kind of came in clutch right here, because it actually allowed me to just like stop a lot of these creeps in their tracks. Kept them from doing damage to the tower in my lane. about to do Wilds dailies. Oh, hey man, after I'm done with this video review, I'd be totally down to play with you if you want. I mean, I'm supposed to be playing Monster Hunter Wilds anyways. The nice thing about this Fireball spell too is that in addition to doing quite a chunk of damage, especially if like, you know, the hero that I, you know, launched it at didn't have a lot of like, if they don't have a lot of health, especially if you don't have a lot of health, is that like it actually tracks too. So I don't know if you noticed, but like you can cast the Fireball, right? So you hold, I believe it was like right click to like cast or like to like, you know, to summon like your creeps and shit. But like you basically like hold right click to like to chant the spell, and then once you do the chant or like the cast is done, you let go, and then you know you actually like cast it. I could not for the life of me figure out what my ult did, by the way.
Create a shield. That's interesting.
Okay, there, another word was it created a shield, but you, like the Fireball, when you cast it, you actually, if you're close enough to the enemy, you can actually, yeah, right here. So I was close enough, so there was like a red reticle on the enemy, and it actually tracked the player. So that was kind of like a deadly combination for this particular for the Spectral Monk. Is it that orb thing? Yeah. What's up, Soap? So this game is actually kind of interesting. I don't know if you're into like Dota or anything like that, but this is basically Quantic Dream's like answer or version of Dota. It's like 3v3 you know, freaking third person Dota. So the only thing that kind of makes me sad is that I died a lot here because I played really stupid. Whereas when I played the Iron Mage, because I had the shield, I could afford to play stupid and then get out. So Deadlock. Okay, yeah, that actually makes more sense. This is probably more like Deadlock. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I played Deadlock, man, it was okay, but I didn't quite like jive with it. This actually felt really good. I actually could see myself playing this game, but oh, here. So you see, like, as I'm casting the Fireball, right? Let me go ahead and rewind it just a little bit. So I'm casting it. I'm holding right click. So you see, like, I'm like close enough to the enemy to where while I'm casting this Fireball, I have this red reticle on the enemy. So it'll automatically track the enemy. Kind of like an you know, like a RPG or whatever. No, the visuals are great for this game, man. They look so good, and it was really smooth too.
Helping, right?
You didn't even play it? Yeah. I mean, Deadlock was alright. I don't know, because it was Valve that made Deadlock, right? I don't know, man. I just did not vibe with the game. I kind of feel bad, but I mean, at the same time, it's, you know, I just don't really care for like the MOBA genre. This game, though, kind of could change my mind. Because I thought it was interesting how you could actually create the creeps, right? You have to actually summon the creeps. Oh, yeah, 100%. Performance is going to be absolutely critical for a game like this. But I think on paper, what they have as like a formula for like the gameplay is already pretty stellar. I thought it was really cool. Like, I'm not getting sponsored to say anything, right? Like, I'm just saying what I genuinely thought of SpellCasters. And I thought that what I had played for the 60 minutes that I played, I thought it was really cool. Concept's really cool. You know, you spawn your creeps, you push lanes, you break a tower. If you destroy a tower, then, you know, your creeps have to come in and basically construct a tower so that you can continue to push with your creeps. You know, obviously, there's also the hero aspect. So you level up, you either get more spells, or you, you know, get new creeps and stuff like that, new creep types. Before you even get into the game, you have to construct your deck, and that ultimately determines how you're going to play for the entirety of the game. There are chests, like you can see right here. I'm opening up a chest. I get a battle item out of it, so I get a recharge for like my cooldowns and stuff. And there's like a whole lot of layers to this game, but it's also at face level, like simple. It's not too confusing. Like, for someone that sucks at, you know, MOBAs and, you know, is quite honestly too smooth brained to play MOBAs, I felt that I understood the assignment. I understood the game enough to where I felt like the depth was just enough for me to not feel overwhelmed and still enjoy it.
I'm gonna help out left.
Oh, this is my level 4 spell, by the way. Big Thunderbolt. You see how much damage I chunked out of this freaking chonker? If you hit a an enemy with it, it actually hurts pretty bad, man. It's actually nuts.
Yeah, I might need that.
Yeah, you can see right there. So I started spawning creeps here to just like try and, you know, keep them at bay. Where's my guy's chonker? I don't think our team had any chonkers, man. But when I played the first game... Oh, there was a chonker. Okay, all right. So one of our buddies came out into the left lane and spawned her own chonker, man. Chonk on chonk action, dude. The biggest chunk. Hey, Starlight, how you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah. 1/3 their health bar with just one fireball, dude. Earlier I did like over half too. Man, I really wish I can't say it enough, but I really wish I could have shown you guys the footage that I had from the first game because I ganked so many guys. I'm pretty sure I pissed them off. Sorry, are we gonna play Moss Hunter today? Yeah, honestly, this game looks really, really fun just to try out. I didn't quite get any details about the game beyond, like, you know, this is a 3v3 game. I didn't see if there was, like, pay to play or if you needed to, like, you know, if it's going to be free with microtransactions. You know, assuming that since it is a MOBA game, I just kind of assumed that it was going to be like Dota where it's like free to play and stuff. Actually, let me go and check it out because it is up on Steam. So you guys can join the playtest if you guys would like. I would like to try out the game again and play it with actual friends. We'll play Monster? Yeah, let's go. So yeah, there's no information on like the Steam page right now. Currently, it just shows that it's just you can request access to play the SpellCasters Chronicles playtest. I don't think there's a play test going on right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Or at least not from what I'm aware of. But what I can probably do is that for anyone that is interested in playing the game, I do have a direct contact with the company. So I can talk to them and see if I can't get like play keys or playtest keys, and we can like mess around together, you know? But this game definitely has like a lot of potential on like, you know, multiple fronts. Like I think it could definitely have an interesting esports scene or like an interesting tournament scene. There's definitely a lot of depth too. And the gameplay itself just feels really solid. I just do hope that we have more than just 6 characters at launch, even just for like the next playtest, because 6 characters at launch doesn't really feel like a lot, you know?
Yeah, well, it's pretty huge.
But digging around every once in a while seems like fun. Yeah, 100%. We could like, you know, play in, you know, in cardboard rank, man. Just always just play with all the normies or all the newbies, man. We don't know how to play, but we know how to aim.
Maybe?
Level up. Choose a new talent.
Nice.
I do feel that this is one thing that I really appreciate about this game is that the items are just really just, you know, you either like recover your cooldowns. Oh, get styled on. Get styled on. Get styled on. Yeah. But yeah, I do appreciate that this game, or at least the items in this game, is you know, they're just one-time use things. So, you know, you recover your cooldowns, or you recharge your cooldowns, or, you know, you have like a one-time use spell like Blizzard and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about like money economy as much. You do have to worry about like your spawn economy, because like you want to make sure that you're spawning the right creeps in the right lanes to help push or at least maintain your lane's flow. But I mean, other than that, like I feel like all of the complication or the complexity that I felt from like, you know, managing creep kills, denying creep kills, going to the store, remembering builds for every single character I decide to play, like all that just goes out the window, and all I only have to worry about is just, you know, maintaining creeps in my lane, getting towers, and then just killing enemies, you know? Yeah, dude, the creeps look insane. I think in the very top left corner too of the mini map, you can see like there's like blue like diamonds, right? There's like a blue diamond and a red diamond. I think that is the indicator for we had like Titans spawned. So I think one of my allies had spawned their Titan, and everyone seems to have their own Titan spawn counter. So that was pretty interesting. But, like, Titans are very much a mid to like late game like creep, right? But I'm still not quite 100% sure what is the prerequisite in order to build the charge for it. If it's just time, or if it's, you know, you have to kill enough enemies in order to like spawn it. But I mean, either way. Yeah, I see. There's the Titan. We're gonna go. The cool thing too is because, like, you know, it's third person, but like because you can fly, right? There, like, the game feels like there's so much scale to it, you know? Like, your large creeps actually feel large, especially like when you're spawning like Titans and stuff. It's nuts. You know what I mean? It's actually pretty insane.
The Titan stands prepared. The threads have aligned.
Right side? Alright, I'm on it.
Yeah, the character that I played, man, very much felt like what happens if you took like the gameplay of Zenyatta, the little astral arms and stuff like that, and you slapped Symmetra's aesthetic over it. You're incredibly alpha at games like this. I typically am too. I mean, obviously, you didn't see it, but in the first half of this like video footage, I played like butt. I kept running into the tower and I kept getting killed. Make my monster growl! So I finally spawned my own Titan, as you guys can see right there. No, every character flies, from what I know. It would be kind of weird if, like, you know, only certain characters could fly, but to my knowledge, I think all 6 characters at this time fly. The first character I played, the Iron Mage, also flew. That was sick. God, I wish I could have showed you gameplay of that guy. He was so fun. I think he also had like a vacuum for his like ult and stuff, man. Legit awful on my part, lack of awareness, bad judgment on crush skills, bad at skill shots, really aggressive at team fights, and don't know how to back down. It's definitely one of those things that you kind of have to just like build a knack for. Some people have a natural inclination to pick those things up, or they just kind of know that, you know, oh, I should play with my team, I shouldn't overextend. I have to have like situational awareness, and I think that's like the thing that like makes it very difficult for a lot of people to get into MOBAs, is the situational aspect, right? Because like it's hard when you have so many things going on in the map. You know, like games like Dota too, right? Makes it difficult because you also have to worry about fog of war, where like you can't see what's happening on the map unless, you know, allies have vision. You don't get that vision. At least with this, like, you can actively monitor everything that's happening at any given point in time. Like, you know, you can see that, like, you know, we're at a somewhat of a standstill where we have advantage in their left lane, but in our right lane, they're pushing us over to our tower, right? So when you played League way long ago, I was the one getting yelled at by my team. Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure that was me too, man. I didn't know how to play League or freaking Dota worth a damn, dude. Also, I said Roshan. I'm pretty sure Roshan was like a Dota thing, right? Was that League? Either way, I'm sorry, guys. This is how... It's been such a long time since I played League, and I barely paid attention in that game. I literally just played it to be social with my friends. I was yelling at my team, but I was the bad one. He's toxic. Actually toxic. That's okay. That's how those games are meant to be played, right?
It's time we threw me.
The thing that I thought was interesting is that well, actually no, I guess it wasn't a 2v1. I was 2v2 here.
Level up. Choose a new talent.
That's right, I hit them with that thunderbolt. Dude, you hit them like early mid game, man, it hurts so bad. Because like you don't have like nearly as much health as you do in like the end of mid late game. I'm amazing, man.
Get this one,
I
get
go
this one.
here as a tapestry to
That
bend.
kill, man. Easy clap. You switched GPUs. You sold your RX 9070 and old RTX 3070 and got a 5070 Ti. Oh, nice, man. Congrats. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, the last time I played as the Iron Major in the first play session, I had more in the ways of like creeps. I'm pretty sure I actually had like level 1, 2, 3 creeps. Whereas here I only have a level 1 and a 3. I definitely was a little bit more balanced here in the sense that like I had more spells to push offense. And then, you know, I had like two creep types small.
Get sad, bro.
Oh damn, I didn't remember saying that.
The time is mine.
Toxic ban this guy. I don't even think like the other team could hear us too. Like I could only hear my teammates. Obviously you can't hear it in this like this place in this VOD, but I mean still. Dude, if I had the lock on that second fireball, that guy for sure was dead.
7,
Easy clap, bro.
4,
Easy clap.
1.
GG's.
You wanted to see? Yeah. So when we did the first playtest, we actually destroyed the tower. But with this one, it was more of a standstill. Like we came up on top, right? Because like obviously we did enough damage to like their tower, right? As you can see at the very top right there. But there's also like what, like a 30-minute timer, 20-minute timer or so for like each game. 25-minute timer. So games will run at maximum 25 minutes. Or is it 30? Yeah, games will run at maximum 25 minutes. So, you know, by the end of the 25 minutes, depending on, you know, who did the most damage to the towers, ends up winning. Otherwise, if you actually end up destroying the towers, you win, you know? So it should explode if you time out. True. Very, very true. But still, it's a very interesting game. If you guys are interested in it, check it out. It is called SpellCasters Chronicles. Very, very interesting game. Very, very fun. Especially if you guys are into like MOBAs. I actually thought that this was really, really fun. And I could see myself playing it. I actually do want to play more of it, so I'm gonna have to try and hit up Quantum Dream to see if we can't make something happen, and see if I can't get some keys for some friends, in addition to like getting some like, you know, playtest keys for you know, some viewers too, for anyone that might be interested. But this was a really interesting game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's the end of this live review. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, drop a follow. Sorry, drop a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop a follow on the Twitch channel, and check out the Discord. Hang out with us there for more content. And you know, should my schedule allow it, you know, maybe we'll play some spellcasters in the future. And that's it. Stay safe, get mad, get set, have fun. Catch you guys in the next one.